My grandfather, like many other dairymen, was an immigrant that moved to the United States in the mid-20s and started a small farm in the late 20s, of which in Tulare County, of which those cows were all lost to the hoof and mouth disease. He moved north to Turlock, California, and started again January 1st of 1930. And during the Depression, he was able to survive the Depression, maintain his own farm, and accumulated a few more cows, up to a herd of about 60 cows and just shy of 100 acres of land, up until his death in 1954. The farm was continued by my father, who also had a small dairy farm and continued the small farm along with a trucking business up until 1973, at which time I purchased the cows from the family and have continued to expand the farm as well as the land till this day, where we have about 900 cows and about 1,700 head of animals, and we farm and own about 260 acres of our own. Talking to my grandfather, the two toughest times for him, of course, losing the herd had to be eliminated due to the disease, and then he also talked about the Depression, the tough times he saw having his neighbors losing all of their farms. And even till this day, I hear some of the old timers that are still here talk about farms that were lost by their parents in the Depression. We really haven't seen anything like that until now. This downturn has not been short term. It's actually very similar to the Depression. This has been going on for about 5 years. I look around, I have my three neighbors, the one to the north of me, the one to the east of me. I was there when the banks came in, served them with some papers, and the cows were hauled away and destroyed because the cows were, due to the lack of cash to buy feed for the cows were to the point where they couldn't be salvaged as dairy animals. If we lose the PAM bill, we'll just continue the cycle of losing dairy farms. We see it daily. I see dairy farms, small dairy farms, large dairy farms, and it's just about every day. From time to time I'll have lunch with other dairy farmers, and it seems like every time I hear about a new friend or a new neighbor or someone I've met before going out of business. It's 385 dairy farms are going out of business in the last 3 years. That's a significant number of farms. It's sad to see these abandoned dairies, family dairies that are supported with family, father, mother, children, grandchildren, all working on the farm. And today, it's really destroyed families. But especially for me, I was happened to be visiting the farm. We were looking at doing some work at this farm with some equipment, when the bank actually rolled in and served the farm owner, which was a lady at the time. She and her brother were operating the farm. And I didn't know what was going on. I just saw the car drive. I saw them discussing something, and obviously, and then I heard her begin to cry. And the trucks rolled in, and they loaded the cows up, and they were gone. And the last memory I have of her was her sitting on a bale of hay, crying, holding the same piece of paper, which obviously gave the bank the authority to remove the cows.